Hi, so I wanted to introduce EFT tapping with you, also known as meridian point tapping, energy tapping. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and the reason why is because it integrates the emotional component that we have in whatever happens in our life. We store it in our body, and we often keep it in our body. Sometimes our body's really good at dissipating that tension or that experience and moving it through our systems, such as crying, for example, such as yelling, such as laughing. It's moving things through us. Other times we don't do such a good job, and then it sticks and festers in us. And as a healer, something that I have been able to feel and actually experience when I do touch healing is I can actually feel energy points that are thick and heavy and vibrating like a washing machine. And what EFT does is it combines a few different philosophies and techniques that are really powerful. So I want to teach you this today. If you come and see me, or if you've done this before and you have come and seen me in the practice, this is just kind of a recap. But then you can actually see the hand techniques and everything else. It is combining use of acupressure points, meridian points, that started basically with the Chinese studying acupuncture. And of course, they've been doing practice for 5,000 years. Please don't ask me how they know these points are specifically useful for the emotional connections. That's something that over the millennia they've developed and seen has effectively worked. So it is in fact evidence-based. But the points that I want to teach you today are very simple. They can go and each session I can teach you a little bit more, but these are just the basics. One of them is this kind of fatty aspect of your underneath your pinky. And it's sometimes tender. It always is tender for me. And this is a really great place that's grounding. And we channel a lot of our energy into our hands. So when we're anxious, oftentimes you'll see people fiddling with their nails, picking their nails, chewing their nails, doing all of that kind of stuff. Some people are eating because they're anxious. Some people are smoking, drinking. Does that kind of ring a bell? So using the hands as a way of channeling that anxiety or channeling that emotional pain, the pain body, which I speak of in our sessions, is really important to dissipating it, letting it go so that you can feel lighter, you can move and kind of vibrate at a higher level and not take it in and not feel so dense. And that's really important when you're dealing with depression, overall feelings of lack of motivation, fatigue, just feeling disparity, pain, real deep trauma, PTSD even. And also it's great for working with addictions, especially when it's an emotional connection. For example, reaching for food, emotional eating, reaching for that cigarette, reaching for that drink, etc., etc. So this one again is very important, and I call it the karate chop. And you're just hitting this and you're thinking about what it is that's stressing you out. And so just take some deep breaths, think about it, and literally think if you can feel it in different parts of your body. Some people are feeling it in their belly. Some people are feeling it in their chest, in their shoulders, in their upper back, like a weight. Thinking about what's stressing you out, what's going on for you. Maybe you're just a little anxious and you've got an event happening that you want to get pumped about, but you just need to feel a little bit more grounded. This is a great way of just grounding you. I often do this when I'm presenting, for example, or teaching. And it's easy. You can sit in a car doing it. You can sit at your desk doing it. You can do it on the down low so no one sees. It's pretty easy and it's free. Now stop for a second. Take a deep breath. Feel your hands. Feel maybe the lightness in your forearms and your arms. I often get kind of like a shiver. And then I really start to notice feeling a little bit lighter. Do you? Keep doing it and see how that shifts you and how that makes you feel. And oftentimes people feel really much more calm and relaxed. Okay, so that's just one. The next one is a little bit more step-by-step process. And there's different points, like right here on the mini pinky, the middle finger, the pointer finger, side of the hand is the one I often talk about, the inside of the eye, and you're usually using 2 little pads of your fingers and you're hitting this. Now you can do it once. I mean, you can do it one side. Some people like to do it 2 sides. I kind of like to do it 2 sides, but whatever's fine for you. So what I'm doing is I'm doing on the outside of my eyebrow, under the eye. Now this one's actually an interesting point. This is your stomach meridian. And so if you're feeling particularly anxious, having GI problems, hit this one a little harder. Tap this one a little bit longer. These ones also go into your GI tract. Take those deep breaths while you're doing this. And right now I'm just showing you the points, but you can follow along with me while we're doing these ones. So this one's under the mouth. This one's right by underneath the clavicle, or the collarbone, and it's right close to your heart. So it's close to your heart chakra, and it's your emotional center. And sometimes I like to rub it a little bit because it feels good. And it's often tender, especially if there's an emotional issue that's going on. If any of these points light up, tap a little harder. I often say it's like a release valve, and you're kind of using this acupressure to release that tension, to release that energy that's stored. Now this one is called, I don't know what it's called. It's underneath the armpit. It's about 4 inches from your armpit. It's kind of right for women. It's right where your bra strap kind of goes, and you can go like this. You can go like this. I just go like that. And again, you're tapping this, as you can tell, maybe 10 times at the least. Top of the head, and then back down to the side. So those are the points. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And actually on my website I do have a little diagram. It shows those points that will be easy for you to remember. Okay? So those are the points. The easiest thing that I want to teach you today is just the setup. And the setup is basic, and it's working with the different parts of ourselves that we are having to negotiate. So there might be one part of you that is doing really well and feels great about things. And there might be another aspect of you, not all of you, but another part of you that's really worried about something, or really anxious about something, or really hurt about something. Someone hurt your feelings, or you didn't do so well on an exam or a presentation at work, and you feel really bummed about it. Another part of yourself is like, whatever, it's fine, I learned a lot, let's move on. But you're still feeling that weight inside your body. So this could be an example for it. That's just one. And so you're talking to that part of you and honoring that part of you that isn't feeling very happy, or that's still feeling this emotional pain, anger, sadness, remorse, grieving, shock, all of those kind of things, urges, those as well. And you're having conversation, acknowledging it, and you're saying, even though you still have this part, Abigail, I still love you. I deeply and completely honor how you're feeling right now, and I accept you with this anger, with this pain, with this suffering right now, and I'm going to choose to let it go and move on and release it now, because it's not doing me any good to hold it on, is it? And it's not doing you any good to hold it in you. So having that conversation is really important. You're honoring it. You're saying, I still love you with this. There's nothing bad about you, even if you do have anger, even if you do have pain and sadness or anxiety. But there's other ways of handling it, and this is your time to say, and I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to process this differently. I'm going to let it go now. Time to go, right? So you would do a setup like this and say it 3 times. Hypothetically, let's just say, stressed about the holidays, because that's what's coming up right now. So even though I'm feeling some anxiety about the holidays and seeing everybody, I deeply and completely honor myself. Even though I'm feeling stressed and anxious about the holidays, I honor my feelings right now. Even though I'm deeply overwhelmed by the holiday stress and panicking today, I love and accept myself fully and completely. Those are some variables. And that would be the setup, and you would be kind of tapping on the side of the hand while you do that. One thing that I kind of forgot to mention that I think is really important, and maybe this is the nurse practitioner in me, but I like objective measures. And so if you would to scale it from 0 to 10, 10 being very severe, panicking, I want to go to the hospital kind of anxiety, for example, or raving anger for, so much that you want to throw something. You would scale it from 0 to 10. 0 being not a problem. I'm pretty relaxed. I'm easy going. This is going to be fine. Scale it so that when you do this whole sequence, you can reevaluate and go, oh, well, let's say it was an 8 out of 10 before. You do it one sequence and maybe it's down to a 6. Then you might do it again and see if you can get it down to a 3, which might be more reasonable, or better yet, get it all the way down to a 0. Why not? If you have a few minutes to do so. You should be able to do this whole sequence within 5 minutes, something like that. Okay, so the next part is to do it all the way through. So even though I'm feeling stressed and anxious, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling stressed and anxious about the holidays and seeing that one particular person in my family, I'm deeply loving myself now. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed about how I'm going to act, and when I see that person, I love myself fully and completely. And you say that last kind of part because this is about honoring all of you. And that's really important when you're trying to let go of something. And then just feeling and thinking about everything that's been stressing you out, who's been stressing you out, how you've been feeling. That's it. So anxious. Having that inner conversation to myself. What am I going to do? What am I going to say? How am I going to talk to them if they start making fun of me? What if they give me those insults? I hate it when they make those insults. It makes me so angry and so uncomfortable. I don't like being in these circumstances. I think I'd like to let it go. Just let go of that anger and that fear, that trepidation about the holiday stress. I know that I can let go of this and feel calm. I trust myself. Wouldn't it be nice if I could let go of that anxiety and just be? Just have fun. Just let it roll off. Whatever they say to me, however they act, it's their stuff. Letting it go. Letting it go. Even though I'm still feeling a little bit anxious about the holidays, I believe in myself. I'm ready to let this go. This anxiety, this stress. If it's particular about somebody else, and maybe you even state their name out loud. If it's about cooking, it's about cooking. Whatever that may be. Stop. Now, rate it. See how you're feeling. And let's just hypothetically say I'm still feeling this way. You do the sequence again. Even though I'm still feeling very anxious about putting together a whole dinner, it's my first time, I completely love myself and I know I'm doing the best that I can. Even though I'm feeling very anxious about putting on this whole dinner, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm still anxious, just a little bit, I honor how I'm feeling now, and I'm ready to let it go. And then just go through the whole sequence again, letting it go. Letting it go. And why am I letting it go? Because I'm worth it. And so are you. And I want you to say that out loud while you're doing this. I'm letting it go because I'm worth it. Then rate it. See how you're feeling. It takes a few minutes. This is free. There's no drugs involved. It might seem a little strange tapping on yourself, but in general, it feels really good. And it gives yourself that time, a little 5-minute powwow time before a stressful event or before you're having to process things, where you can talk yourself down off of the severity of the emotion that you're feeling. Come from that place of inner wisdom that you are worth it, that holding on to the grudges, holding on to the angers and the stresses and the worries really isn't in the spirit of what you're trying to accomplish, which is to have a good time, to feel good about yourself, to love yourself, and to make your life good. So I hope this has helped, and let me know how it goes. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any thoughts, suggestions, comments, or questions, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Happy holidays.